is the day. NVIDIA earnings, fate of the markets. What's going on, everyone? Jeremy Hritz here. Courage pays better than fear trading with another episode of Driven. A rainy, dingy, wet November Wednesday here. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. Life is amazing, beautiful, opportunity here. Let's go. Super excited. And we have NVIDIA earnings. We get it 4 times a year. And this November report is upon us at 4:18 p.m. Eastern time after market close. And the stage is set. NVIDIA has pulled back from hitting over 210. I think it got up to 220 there. Dropped down to the upper 170s. It's coming back a little bit today. It did hit 187. At one point, the SPX was up over 60 points, but it has given back some of those gains. Right now, it's up about 21 points. And that's been something I've been recognizing on the charts is the bulls are pressing the markets up, but there's not enough conviction or strength to hold it, to close it at those key levels, and it just keeps getting sold back down, which is not a good sign. It shows that there is no conviction right now in these moves. So, you know, who knows what's going to happen? And when I say that NVIDIA's earnings are going to dictate the fate of the markets, it really does mean that. Now, it's not permanent, obviously, but for the next probably 3 months until we get the next set of earnings from NVIDIA, from the other Mag 7, this is going to set the course. So it's either going to send us down lower. Obviously, we are in a precarious position right now. It looks like the SPX desperately wants that 100-day simple moving average. And if you go below that, you have the 200-day simple moving average, which would be about an 11% drop. That would be a true correction. And honestly, that's probably what this market needs in order to go higher. I don't think that we're done yet. And let's see if we get some selling today before the market closes, before NVIDIA earnings. And if that's going to be enough to satisfy the bears to set this thing up for another push higher. So we will see. Downside targets 145 to 150 on NVIDIA. If it wants to come lower, that would be enough to push the broader markets down to the 200. And if that does happen, we'll probably go below the 200 for a period of time, chop around before we begin the next leg up. So it's going to be interesting. Upside targets, looking at 220 if it's able to push. Now, those are both really big moves. Everybody right now is positioned, I would have to say exclusively, not exclusively because you still have people playing this report bullish, but there are a lot of people who are positioned for a downside move. And the sentiment right now is overwhelmingly bearish, right? Sure, we're in a bull cycle, but there's not somebody out there that, you know, you turn on CNBC or you go flip through X, everybody's fearful. Oh, here we go, big drop, correction, crash, disaster. And just be cautious of that when people are loaded up on one end of the trade, because a lot of times that can set up for a violent rip the opposite side. Because let's say that NVIDIA does come through with numbers that are just insane and forward guidance that is just insane, you'll see bears' faces get ripped off. But I guess the third scenario that we can think of is that it's a nothing burger, that it's just chop, right? How crazy would that be? That there's really a non-reaction. You know, that's always a possibility. It doesn't seem like that is what will happen, but stranger things. So definitely going to be fun. We'll definitely get some clarity in terms of where we're headed the next 3 months, whether or not we're going to continue to head lower. We're going to get the entire market to correct. If mega cap tech and other bigger names, and the indices are going to go the way of IWM and drop further. If IWM is going to come down further, we already see that Bitcoin just cannot hold on to any bounce. Thought yesterday when it got into the 89,000s that it had potentially bottomed, but we're back down into the 89s this morning. So we almost need like a capitulation event where everybody just goes in, we dump it, big massive volume, big spike of volume. That's it. The sellers are exhausted. It's reset. Everybody can come back in. It's almost like we need an event like that. So who knows? Maybe today with NVIDIA, we get it. But it's going to be fun. Can't wait. Anyway, have a tremendous Wednesday and enjoy the NVIDIA earnings call. Today we do get the FOMC minutes, which they're going to be hawkish. They're going to talk about, rate cut not being a foregone conclusion, blah, 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 blah. We get some jobs data tomorrow. We're going to finally start getting some economic data back in. How cool is that? That's awesome. I'm excited for that. And the two other earnings reports we'll be keeping an eye on as we close out the year. We're going to have Avgo and Oracle. So Broadcom and Oracle. So very excited to see those. But today it's all about NVIDIA. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, make it a great day, honor the moment, and be grateful. I'll see you back here for the next episode of Driven.